Hello viewers, you must have seen men and women publicly beating their chests or taking out long processions on particular days every year. Who are these people? These people are Shias, the members of the minority sect in Islam, and they are protesting the death of Husayn bin Ali and his handful of followers in the Battle of Karbala fought in 680. The Battle of Karbala remains the most impactful event in the history of Islam. But who was Husayn bin Ali? And why, even after over 1300 years, his death remains a rallying cry for millions of people? Husayn bin Ali was the younger of the two grandsons of the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet had only one child, the daughter named Fatima, who is also called the Lady of Heaven. Husayn's father Ali was incomparable for both his bravery and wisdom. Ali was named by the Prophet his successor as the Imam or leader of Muslims. Like the Prophet, the Imam was supposed to combine both spiritual and political offices. However, after the Prophet's passing away, Ali lost the cause to rival candidates. The lost cause of Ali created the first schism in Islam. Ali's followers banded themselves into a group called Shias or Alites. Ali was both the Imam and the de jure Caliph in their eyes. The office of Imam passed on from Ali to his descendants. Ali finally became the fourth Caliph in 656, 34 years after the Prophet's demise, and remained so until he was assassinated in 661. Ali's eldest son Hassan replaced him as the second Imam. He too was assassinated in 670. After Hassan's death, his younger brother Hussein became the third Imam. By that time, Imamat had become only an apostolic or spiritual office. Political power rested with the Caliph. You are watching Wisdom of Life. In 680, the first Umayyad Caliph, Muawiyah, died. Muawiyah had been Ali's arch enemy. He ordered killing of both Ali and Hassan earlier. Before his death, Muawiyah nominated his son Yazid as his successor. Yazid was an irredeemable debauch and was unfit for the office of the Caliph. To legitimize his rule, Yazid sought the allegiance of the most prominent and revered figures of his day. All paid him allegiance except Husayn bin Ali. Anyone akin to me will never accept anyone akin to Yazid as a ruler, Husayn bin Ali famously stated. Enraged, Yazid passed orders for Husayn's death. Husayn, who resided in Medina, moved to the holy city of Mecca. His cargo included members of his extended family, including women and children, and a handful of die-hard friends. However, in Mecca, no one was willing to support Husayn in defiance of the mighty ruler. Disappointed, Husayn and his small entourage made for Kufa, which is now in modern-day Iraq, where he hoped to find some support. The entourage found itself face to face with Yazid's army at Karbala, which at that time was a small village near Kufa. Karbala is 74 kilometers of Kufa, 1800 kilometers of Makkah, 900 kilometers of Damascus, which was Yazid's capital, and 100 kilometers of Baghdad, which is currently the capital of Iraq. Husayn requested Yazid's army for a safe passage, but he refused to submit. Yazid's army cut off food and water supply to Husayn and his companions. The two sides clashed on 10th October 680 or on the 10th of Muharram according to the Islamic calendar. Muharram is the first month of the Islamic year. Called the Battle of Karbala, it is the most unequal battle ever. Hussein and his 71 companions were up against an army of 30,000. Of the 72, Hussein was the last to be slaughtered. The deceased included Hussein's minor son Ali, who was struck with an arrow when Hussein asked water for him. Thus ended the Battle of Karbala, the only battle ever in which one side was completely annihilated. The women and children on Hussein's side were shackled, brought to Yazid in Damascus, and then imprisoned. The Battle of Karbala is easily the most potent symbol of defiance and triumph of the human will. Hussein is the ultimate hero of mankind. The event has a central place, in particular, in Shia history, tradition, literature, and theology. On the 10th of Muharram, which is called Aushra in Arabic, millions of Muslims commemorate the tragedy of Karbala across the globe. Hussein's suffering and death has been a symbol of sacrifice in the struggle for right against wrong and for justice and freedom against injustice and tyranny. It has inspired and continues to do so several resistance movements among Muslims. And I would like to conclude this video with a quotation from Imam Huseyn, who said, "Those who are silent when others are oppressed are guilty of oppression themselves." I trust you like this video. If that is the case, please subscribe to my channel, Wisdom of Life. Thanks for watching.